Hi friends, and welcome back to Intention, where we focus on tarot readings and other esoteric topics. And today we have a pick a card reading where we're taking a look at a message from someone in your life. This is something they may be thinking about you right now, something you need to consider as it relates to them, but overall just a message that hopefully will help you relate to a connection or someone in your life a little bit better right now. If you're new to pick a card readings, I'll take just a minute to discuss how this style of reading works. Today's message will arrive in one of the four groups in front of you, either group 1 with amethyst, Group 2 with yellow quartz, Group 3 with rose quartz, or Group 4 with red jasper. Take a minute, you can pause the video if you need to, but choose the group that you feel most intuitively drawn towards. Once you've selected that group, you can scroll down to the description box to find your group's timestamp and then jump forward to that section and to hear your reading. But before we get into that, I just want to remind everyone that tarot is a tool to help us think about our past, where we are in the current moment, and where we might be headed in the future. However, you are not fated by anything that you hear today. If everything doesn't resonate with you, just leave behind what doesn't and take with you what you think might be helpful. And with that, let's jump right into the reading about a message from a connection in your life. Group 1, thank you so much for joining us in today's Pick a Card reading. Before we get started with any reading, I like to begin by setting our intention. To do that, let's all close our eyes, take a deep breath, prepare yourself for a positive message, and then when you're ready, you can open your eyes and we'll begin the reading. All right, in your spread, we have the Page of Pentacles, the Emperor in reverse, the Queen of Cups, the King of Cups, and then we round it out with the Hanged Man. So right in the center, the Queen of Cups, this is all about compassion and nurturing. This might be someone who has a really supportive and empathetic relationship to you. This could be a mother figure, someone who you're very, very close to. Could also be someone who you're in a mentor relationship with. So someone who might be attempting to guide you or sort of show you the way or the path. It could also be someone who you look up to. So it feels like this is a person who's related to you in a sense of learning and growth, somebody who is caring a lot for you or providing you some sort of nurturing that you need right now. So I feel like that's kind of who this message is tailored towards. The Page of Pentacles in the past is about manifesting and developing skills or opportunities. So it's the new sort of beginning path down a career, which really kind of emphasizes for me, this might be someone who's related to you, if not directly in your career, it might be someone who's had some sort of influence over the steps that you've taken. Doesn't have to be a woman. So just because the Queen of Cups doesn't mean that denotes anyone's gender in any way. It just means that, it's a more nurturing kind of side of themselves. But I think they were definitely connected to you or are connected to you in your career or have somehow had an influence on where you've been headed, new paths you've been taking. Could also be related to learning. So this might be a teacher or someone in your life who's had a big influence over the way that you view the world. But the Emperor in reverse is about domination or excessively having some sort of control. It can also mean there's a lack of discipline or some sort of kind of unruly quality. So I think what this person might be telling you or what this message might be about might be to sort of realign yourself better with the advice that they had originally given you. With the Emperor in reverse, it's kind of like you need to be careful about how you use your power or giving away control in your life. So you might just need to rein it in and kind of think about where you are in your career path and where you want to go. This person's likely telling you that you got to slow down and sort of reevaluate because you may have gotten a little bit off path from where you guys originally decided this is what you need to do. This is the direction you need to head in. So just check in with yourself, make sure that there's not some reason why you need to realign towards kind of where you initially thought you were going. You might not know it now, but it feels like you might be sort of off that path. Not like in a way where you can't get back to where you need to be, but just in a way where you need to check and say, oh, I'm starting to drift kind of in the wrong direction and I need to reroute myself to get back where I'm supposed to be. The King of Cups is the advice that they're giving you right now, and that's about being emotionally balanced and more like diplomatic, making sure that you're balancing priorities. So if you do feel a little bit off kilter, I think what they might be saying is you got to get more balanced. You got to give yourself the time to step back and take a look at all your priorities, where you're headed, to make sure that you end up going in the right place you guys planned. Because I feel like there was some kind of plan, like either whether this is career or it's about learning something in school, maybe if you're in college or if you're taking some sort of class, even a hobby that you're developing, this person could have been related to that. Just make sure you're still aligned to where you guys had set up the plan for you to go, because wherever you initially set off, you guys had a really strong direction. So just make sure that you're headed that way. The King of Cups is also about being emotionally balanced. So it's having the maturity, the ability to sort of stay true to yourself. So it's really about getting back in line with your vision. So I think these cards are definitely rated the current situation and then the advice that they're giving you. The Hanged Man in the end for the outcome is about pausing and kind of letting go to a new perspective. So it's definitely a reason to sort of pause and take stock of sort of everything again. So it really feels like, again, this is about getting you in line with where you truly want to go, allowing those opportunities to kind of flow through you. There's a lot of growth with the Hanged Man for me, because when you step back like that and you're taking an absolute choice to remove yourself from a situation to get better clarity, you can grow a lot, because there's obviously a lot of things that we can't see when we're like so zoomed in and close up to a problem. It's sort of that can't see the forest for the trees thing, where there's a lot going on around you might not even be able to recognize if you're just focused on all the tiny minute details. So the Hangman is an opportunity to step back, look at things from a new perspective, switch it up a little bit to try to make sure you're realigned with where they wanted you to go. Because I feel like in general, that's sort of what this is all about. The stone for your reading was amethyst, and that for me in this reading is about the protection and sort of the clarity properties of it. So again, Queen of Cups, super nurturing. This person wants to really protect you, protect your goals, where you're headed, but also the clarity and the fact that there seems to be some realignment that you need to do. So make sure you either revisit with this person and say, hey, I just want to check in and see, am I still headed where I need to go? What do you think about the steps that I've taken lately? See if you can get their advice again. If you can't get their advice or reach them, try to think about what they said. Remember kind of what path they set you out on, and just make sure you're realigned to that. Get some clarity around where you're really heading right now. So to sum up the overall theme of this reading, I think it's really from the perspective of a person who has given you a lot of mentoring. They've done a lot of nurturing for you. They've really been an influential part of your life. But right now, especially as it relates to your career or your goals for the future, maybe in general, they want you to realign. Take a look at sort of where you're headed. Are you still going in the right direction? Because you need to find a little bit more balance and get some perspective right now to make sure that everything you want is still going to happen, that you're still on the right path, headed towards where it is that you really want to go. Because this person had a lot of care and really time and energy invested in helping you get there. So it's just a check-in to make sure you're still on the right path. And with that, that's all I see in the cards for you guys today. But if you enjoyed this reading, please send some positive vibes back our way by clicking that like button, leaving us a comment, and also subscribing to our channel so that you can join us for our future pick a card readings. And with that, I'll see you in the next one. Welcome Group 2, and thank you so much for joining us in today's pick a card reading. Before we begin any reading, I like to start by setting our intention. To do that, let's all close our eyes, take a deep breath, prepare yourself for a positive message, and then when you're ready, you can open your eyes and we'll begin the reading. All right, Group 2, in your spread, we have the Lovers, the Seven of Cups, the Four of Wands, the Five of Swords in reverse, and then the Seven of Swords at the end. So right in the center, Four of Wands, overall kind of theme for this reading from the person or connection in your life. It's about celebration, joy, and harmony. So there's something between you and this person that you really need to celebrate. Now feels like a time to commemorate that with them, whether that be the step where you guys are in your connection, if this is a lover, which I feel like it might be. We'll get to that in a second. But somehow there's something that you need to celebrate. And I think that's the message that they want to get across to you, is that you need to take the time to do that. You might not have had an easy time of doing that lately. So this is just a reminder that sometimes it's important to step back, take time to really relish in the joy of your life. When there's great things around you and you focus on being grateful, you bring even more things that are like that into your life's energy in general. And so I think this person wants to remind you of that, wants to remind you there's a time to pause, step back, relax, and really celebrate with them, because I feel like they want to increase and deepen that connection, so that you guys are able to move forward in a really positive way, but also to kind of just take a moment to celebrate. It feels like they really want to connect with you in that way. The Lovers here in the grounding position is really, for me, that this might be related to love. If it's not related to love and that doesn't exist for you in your life right now, I think it's probably just someone you have a really deep friendship or connection with. Sometimes the Lovers is just about romantic love, but it can also be deep love between friends or family members. So I think it's a lot about harmony, alignment, and really like connections at hand. Again, when this card pulls up, a lot of time it's about a choice or it's about a connection. For me, I feel like this is really about deepening that connection. Whoever this is, they're really craving to get like a clear and sort of open, honest line of communication going with you. They're craving you to be in their presence and a real like deep connection to be made. So if you don't have something to celebrate right now with them, that could be something to celebrate, something that you need to work on as far as getting back in connection with them, maybe deepening your bond, and then that'll be something that you guys can celebrate. Maybe you can do some celebratory things together, going out, celebrating little tiny milestones in each other's lives, just ways to continue to deepen your connection. The Seven of Cups in the current position is about opportunity and sort of choice. So there are a lot of choices in front of you right now, maybe even in front of them, lots of different directions and ways that you could go. I feel like that might be what you need to celebrate. There might be a decision that either one of you are making or you're making within your own life right now. There's a lot of different ways you can go. They might be a great person to get advice from that on, but I think wherever you're headed, where you end up going, is going to be something that is really like a strong sort of good direction in your life. Like it's somewhere super positive. So they're going to want to celebrate that with you too. It's interesting though, because the Five of Swords and the advice situation here in the reading is about reconciliation and making amends. So I think there might be something sort of related to this connection that you guys need to work through. It doesn't mean you're in a bad place, but I feel like there was a hiccup, like some sort of something got off kilter, maybe you were in an argument, there's some sort of unresolved feeling there. The Seven of Swords, I'm going to just go ahead and skip right to this too, because I think like these are connected, is about feeling like a fraud or keeping secrets. So it's some kind of self-doubt. So I think maybe you might feel like the connection with them can't be repaired, but really they want to build that deeper connection with you, and you want it too, because I think you guys were super, super close. And like I said, it doesn't mean that maybe you're not connected with them now. This could just be like there's some sort of lingering argument or some sort of, I don't know, underlying uncomfortable feeling that you guys have between each other right now. So there's going to need to be some strengthening and celebration of that once you're able to move past that. If you are feeling like a fraud or doubting it or thinking, I don't know if they want to sort of reconnect with me, or I don't know if we can strengthen our bond, don't put those negative feelings out there. Really know that you can always turn situations like that around if you focus on the connection. That is an opportunity and choice within itself, the choice to strengthen a bond, the choice to reconnect with someone. So I think that that's really sort of what they want, and I feel like that's what you want right now too, especially because I think you might be trying to make a difficult choice, or some things around you are sort of up in the air, and I think this person would be a really great person to connect with to help you move through that situation. Yellow quartz was the stone for your reading, and that's all about healing and like amplifying or bringing forth positive vibes, and I think that's perfect for these cards because there's a little bit healing that needs to be done. Like I said, it's not like it feels like this is super negative. These aren't negative cards by any means. I feel like there's just a little bit of a break between you, but you guys can strengthen this bond that you have because it's super strong and built on a good, like solid foundation. So if you work together to get past that, things are going to be really positive in the future. So summing up the overall theme of the cards in general, it's really about sort of celebrating this person or your higher self and whoever's sort of bringing all these messages around to you. It's really about taking the time to celebrate and reconnect with somebody in your life who has a really strong like foundation in who you are, and you need to sort of strengthen that connection. But it feels like there's been a little bit of a break, maybe something that you need to make amends for, not something super bad, but something that you guys can work through your connection with to move forward so that you're able to kind of continue to celebrate all those great moments that are coming up in your lives, because I feel like the foundation that you have together can be repaired and fully like come to its true potential. You guys have a strong connection. And so this reading is just about getting back to that place with that person. And that's all the messages I have for you guys today. But if you enjoyed this reading, please send some positive vibes back our way by clicking that like button, leaving us a comment, and also subscribing to the channel so that you can join us for our future tarot card readings. And with that, I'll see you in the next one. All right, Group 3, thank you so much for joining us in today's Pick a Card reading. Before we get started with any reading, I'd like to begin by setting our intention. To do that, let's all close our eyes, take a deep breath, prepare yourself for a positive message, and then when you're ready, you can open your eyes and we'll begin the reading. In your spread, we have the Three of Swords in reverse, the Wheel of Fortune, the Queen of Wands, the Two of Cups, and the Chariot. So right in the middle of the reading, the Queen of Wands, this is a card about confidence and like social situations. So I feel like this person in your life is somebody who you were connected with in a social way. They might be kind of like the life of the party, somebody everyone wants to be around, somebody you definitely want to be around. So it's a very upbeat kind of personality, determined to get what they want. So this card is about putting yourself out there, expressing yourself fully, and developing deeper connections. So I think this person definitely is in your social circle, somebody who you feel super connected with. I don't know if it is romantically, which it might be over here, but either way, it's somebody who, it could be like a best friend, like someone who you're really like in sync with, but it's somebody who brings out the bubbly, like fun, adventuresome side of yourself. Somebody who, if they call you at night and they're like, hey, do you want to do XYZ? You know, it's going to be like a really crazy fun thing, something super, outrageous, or it could be, an idea you guys had never thought about. They're definitely the person in the group that pushes the boundaries and tries to get people to think outside the box on what you would normally do. So they might encourage you to try new things, really step outside your comfort zone. So I think if that's resonating with you, that there's a person in your life like that you can sort of immediately call to in your head, then I think that might be the person who this reading is pertaining to. The Three of Swords reversed over here is about negative self-view and forgiving yourself. So I think this might be a person who helps you kind of get out of your own head and sort of stamps out the voice of your inner saboteur, because that's what this card often pertains to, is about letting other people's opinions get you down, influencing from outside sources in like a negative way. But I think this person flips that on its head for you. I think there's somebody who really sort of is the voice that you need to hear when you're feeling like you're not doing things that are like good enough, or you don't have everything planned out the way you should. Like they really lift you up and help you feel a lot better. So I think that, again, just relates perfectly to who they are for you. The Wheel of Fortune in the current position is like karmic destiny or sort of turning points in your life. So I feel like you might really be at a crossroads right now where hopefully this person is able to help you lift yourself up and sort of remind you that what goes around comes around, that you've been putting out really great, good energy into the world. Hopefully you have. If you have not, start doing that, because that's going to really come back around to you, which is all of what the Wheel of Fortune is about. It's about remembering that the energy we put out into the universe is what we get back, often multiplied. And so it's about going with the flow, staying on your path. And I think this person is a perfect person to remind you of that, because they often really do that. I think they're a person who puts out that good karmic energy into the world as well. The Two of Cups in the advice position is about connection and partnership. So it's like a deep connection. So if you're not really as close to this person as you used to be, it's definitely a reminder to reconnect with them. But I think what this is really about is about you guys sort of moving forward, making some choices to do some things together. So it may be like a new partnership that you need to take with them. So there might be something that you guys want to do, which I'm going to get to the Chariot about that in a second, but something that you and this person or the people around your life might want to actually embark on something new together. And I think that combining your forces, you guys can make that happen, not just for you, but for also maybe your friend group, if they're going to go along with you, or just for the two of you, if you feel like this is something that you guys want to do yourself. In the outcome position, the Chariot, it's all about determination and oftentimes travel, so like doing things. So for me, this is you guys rising up to accept a challenge, to take on something new, being courageous and bold. So again, it's re-emphasizing the traits that this person has. I think they want you to sort of start making these decisions and doing those things on your own. I think maybe you have it within yourself to be more like this person, to sort of let go of your negative self-views, to really go with the flow in life. And this may be all about getting you to their level by strengthening a connection that you have with them, being more open to doing those crazy things that they want to do, as long as they're within reason, but using that as a tool to help you moving forward, to accept challenges when they arise, and to really be courageous and bold, to travel, to do new things. And I think you can get there. I think this person wants to strengthen your partnership so that they can impart those qualities that they have within themselves and share those with you so that you can start to embody those too. So rose quartz was the stone in your reading, and for me, that's all about the love and like compassion qualities that stone carries. So it's about developing that deep connection. I think for you in particular, though, it's about developing that love for yourself, because there is a little bit of negative self-talk, maybe some criticism that you give yourself sometimes that you don't really deserve. And so it's just a reminder to strengthen that connection and love you have within yourself, to make sure that you give yourself all the love that you really deserve on your own. So, to sum up the overall theme of the reading today, it really is about somebody in your life who's super social, very courageous, very upbeat, life of the party. And you're sometimes a little bit hard on yourself, but that person wants to remind you that if you just go with the flow, everything's going to work out fine, and that you need to just focus on putting out that gratitude and that good karma to get those things back with you. If you focus on strengthening that partnership you have with that person, I think some of those really great qualities they have about being bold, courageous, moving forward in new ways, new pathways, they're going to try to rub some of that off on you because they really do want to share that joy they found in their life about having that self-confidence. They want to share that with you so you can have that self-confidence level and that ability to really be bold as well. That's all I have for you guys today, but if you enjoyed this reading, please send some positive vibes back our way by clicking that like button, leaving us a comment, and subscribing to our channel so you can join us for our future pick a card readings. And with that, I'll see you in the next one. Welcome Group 4, and thank you so much for joining us in today's pick a card reading. Before we begin any reading, I like to start by setting our intention. To do that, let's all close our eyes, take a deep breath, prepare yourself for a positive message, and then when you're ready, you can open your eyes and we'll begin the reading. All right, in your spread, we have the King of Swords, the Empress in reverse, the Sun, the Two of Wands, and the Five of Pentacles. So right in the middle, the Sun, I think this person is someone that's super positive, fun, and like maybe super successful too. It's somebody who radiates joy, kind of much like the sun. So whoever this is in your life, start there. Kind of think about somebody who for you provides a lot of warmth, a lot of encouragement, nourishment, confidence. It's also a reminder with the card in general that good things are headed your way, possibly new beginnings. So I think this person is somebody who for you has been instrumental in like an inspiration kind of way. Like they're someone who either you look to them for an example of how you should be or who you should be, or they just provide a lot of like warmth, caring energy to you. And so this could be somebody who you're related with really in any connection. It could be somebody who you're in a relationship with, somebody who is in your career space, somebody in your family, but regardless, it's someone who fills you with a lot of that warm, positive kind of feelings that you get when you're out in the sun, like, the sun shines washing over you. They really give you that feeling inside whenever you're around this particular person. The King of Swords here in the grounding position is about mental clarity and having like authority and courage to achieve the things that you want. So I think right now they want you to know that you have the power to do anything in your life that you want to do. If you want to make changes or new choices, you've got some good judgment right now, so use that good judgment to make the right decisions. It's also about keeping your emotions in check and like using your logic to navigate pathways as they come to you. This is also like the mentor or advocate card. So this could be somebody who, I think regardless of who they are in your life, they definitely do provide you a lot of good advice. This is probably someone that you confide in a lot. Maybe it's your confidant, somebody, again, that could really be any connection. So I think this is probably going to resonate with different people in different ways. So I'm going to be super neutral about the rest of the reading, but I feel like this person is just giving you a lot of positive energy. So again, they want to remind you that you do have the power within yourself to achieve anything that you want. They want to be that person to sort of provide that opportunity for you to lean on them when you need to, so they can help lift you up and make you feel all the positive things that you kind of go to them for. I feel like this person is your go-to. Whenever you're feeling down, whenever you need advice, you really kind of run to them. The Empress reversed in the current situation is about dependence on others in like a depleted kind of way. So I feel like one reason why you may be a little shaky right now or may need like a reminder that you got to keep your emotions in check is because the Empress in reverse is often about neglecting your own personal needs. So I think this person's going to remind you or wants to tell you that you really need to focus sometimes, and especially right now, on your own self-care. So you might be a little bit hard on yourself. You might not be giving yourself the space to slow down and really nurture and care for yourself in the right ways. So think about what this person does for you. Some of those things that they provide to you, you can provide to yourself. You can give yourself the opportunity to step back. You can give yourself some positive affirmations and think more positively and less critically about who you are as a person. So this is just a reminder that if you're having trouble expressing yourself, Don't be your biggest critic. Celebrate the good things in your life. Celebrate all the positive things that you have, because everybody has a lot of positive traits. Oftentimes we only just focus on the negative, but that gets us in a bad spot. That gets us in a place where we aren't really paying attention to the things that we need in our life. So this person just really wants to remind you that that warmth that they share with you, you need to give a little bit of that warmth to yourself sometimes too. The Two of Wands here in the sort of advice position or the upcoming situation in your life is about planning for the future. Progress, action plans that are needed. Looks like you're probably taking some new steps in your life. So this person wants you to have the confidence to do that, because you really do need to kind of love on yourself right now to be able to move forward in a positive way. So I feel like if you are planning something right now, let the intuition that you have guide you on the next steps. You might be ready for a change. This is a card that often shows up when people are feeling a little bit stale or stagnant in whatever they're doing right now. So if you have a choice between comfort, like staying where you are and being super comfortable in your situation, or taking a risk and stepping outside your comfort zone, this person might really be a really great person for you to ask advice about that. See what they think. This is also a card, though, where you do want to let your intuition guide you. So take their advice with a grain of salt, but know that they truly do have that good intention for you. So whatever they're saying, it's hopefully something that's super positive and it's going to help you make the right choices. The Five of Pentacles in the outcome position is often like, some people call it like the poor me card. It's about like feeling alone or isolated. So I think this is a reminder that in the future, as you move forward with wherever, whatever this situation is about, you're making the choice, whether it's like a career or a move in your life or something, regardless of what it is, even if this isn't a factor, this is a reminder that this person is going to be there for you to lean on. The Five of Pentacles is a card where we're taking on a lot of things and we feel like no one's going to help us. Like, nobody can be here for me. Oh, poor me. I'm never really going to get out of this. I'm never going to be able to do what I want. It's a card where you feel defeated when you don't need to, because it's always a reminder that there are people around you as your support system that you should lean on. And so I really feel like, again, it further emphasizes who this person is. This sun person for you guys is somebody who's always going to be there to provide that positivity, that warmth, that encouragement that you need. So when you feel like that in the future, because we all do kind of feel like that and get down on ourselves, just remind yourself that they're there in your life to lean on, to provide you that support. Be grateful that you have them. And as you're thinking and focusing on that gratefulness, you'll be less likely to get trapped in this kind of like woe is me situation here, because these people are always going to be here to support you. Red jasper was your stone, and that's all about grounding, strength, and balance. So again, I feel like this person is a really grounding, positive, super, great energy to have in your life. So I think the stone further just emphasizes that grounding factor they have within you. Always, when you need to go back to that, remember that they're there to help and support you, because they really are going to be a constant in your life if you allow them to be. So summing up the overall theme of the reading, I feel like this person is someone who provides you a lot of positivity and warmth. It's somebody who, when you think about them, even if you're not in their like physical presence, you get a really great feeling. You can't wait to be around them. And so whoever that is for you, hopefully that resonates with you. I think that's who is kind of sending this message or wanting you to think about these things. They want you to be able to like lean on them as a mentor, as somebody who can help you through the path ahead. Also reminding you that now is a great time and always is a good time to share that warmth, that kind of feeling that they give you. Share it with yourself and give yourself time to be kind to yourself and really create the space that you need to continue to grow, because there's a lot of great things in the path ahead for you. Just make sure you know this person is always going to be there to support you, and you really need to learn to lean on them when it's important, and not only to get the positivity that they share with you, but to also remind yourself that even when they're not around, you can share that positivity and that feeling that they give you with yourself. And that's all I see in the cards for you guys today. But if you enjoyed this reading, please send some positive vibes back our way by clicking that like button, leaving us a comment, and subscribing to our channel so that you can join us for our future pick a card readings. And with that, I'll see you in the next one.